So we were here, software and network controls, using reputable dealers, retaining original disks, and checking licenses. Okay, so it means that we must purchase from reputable dealers so that we will be assured that the software which we have purchased is a original, okay, not a pirated one, so that in future there will be no malfunctioning of the software. Okay, then the second thing is retaining original disks. All the original disks which is filled with the data, we must be having with us rather than just to the third party. Suppose these days what's going on is that we are people are using all these disks, hard disks, on sharing basis, cloud sharing. You know cloud sharing. So all the data.
Yes, some cloud.
Yeah, all the data is not with us, but data is to some other person whom we don't know who he or she is or the company is. Okay, all our private personal data is with those people on the cloud systems. So the third thing is checking licenses. We must check the licenses when we are starting those softwares, that are they registered or not. If the licenses are expired or the products are not registered, then might be in future they will create a problem. Software will stop working and our data will stuck in that software. Okay. So this is what the software and network controls is, or we can say software control is. Now the network control, the first thing is firewall. Firewall means the thing which provides, if suppose someone wants to enter in our system or hack our system, these firewall softwares, what they do, they stop them for doing so. They cannot steal our information because of these firewalls. Okay, just like a window defender system. If we take an example of Windows 10 operating system, in this there is a window defender system which stops unauthorized access in our system. Then the second thing is flow. The data flow is the second thing. Suppose if the links, the cables, network cables are not correct, properly fitted in our system, then the data will not transferred, or there might be a disturbance in the transferring of data from one system to the another system. So the flow must be very good. Flow must be fine. Flow of data must be proper. The third thing is data encryption. Encryption means suppose we are sending a message on WhatsApp, so it always show or the Facebook, it shows that your data is encrypted. Encrypted means they change into a digital form, bits and byte form, rather than number form or a alphabetical form. It changes the data so that it cannot be used, or it cannot be read by anybody else in the path of transferring of data from one point to another, so that only the person whom we want the message to convey, they can only get the message. Otherwise it will be in disturbed form. Okay. And the final thing is, in network controls, virus protection. There must be antiviruses installed in our system so that the virus will not attack or damage our data, damage our information which is there in our system, or hack the system. Okay, so there must be a virus protection. So these are the network controls. You can go on through this thing: LAN, local area network, WAN. These are all example of this flow, network flow. Okay, extranet, access control, confidentiality, data integrity. So now these are all about IT. 4 parts of IT and controls. Okay, controls: general, application, software, and network. Now things comes cloud computing. These days, because everything is on cloud, we are not storing all the data. Okay, so in traditional client server networks, each client, the user machines on their desks would have had a copy of, say, Word for Windows. Documents would have been downloaded from the server for local editing, then saved back to the server. We can take an example of Google these days. You don't need to have a Word software, Microsoft Word or Microsoft PowerPoint or Excel. You can do all these things online, and your data will be stored online only. Okay, whenever you just log into your Gmail account, you can access all these data by going into Google Drive, and Google will provide automatically all these softwares. You can do all the editing and you can transfer from one point to another. So this is an example of cloud computing, what we are doing. We actually don't have those softwares in our system, but we go to online. Okay, and those softwares we are using online by accessing different websites. Okay, so all those softwares are there on the internet. Just like Hotmail, Gmail and all those things are example of cloud technology. Now mobile technology. Okay, you understand the cloud computing?
Yes, you were saying it's whereby like you don't have like Word and PowerPoint saved, but then you also basically have them.
You don't need to have a software installed on your system, but you can just go online on the internet, and these cloud computing websites, just like Google or Microsoft.
Also, Google is a cloud computer.
Even on Microsoft also. If you don't have a MS Word or MS PowerPoint or any of the application of Microsoft, you can just go to online on Microsoft website and then do your editing thing online. Download your document. Okay, download your document on your system and you can send to anybody.
Yes.
You don't need to have a paid installed software. Okay, so it's an example of cloud computing. Now mobile technology. Not so long ago, the most mobile types of computer was laptop. Whilst there is still important many applications now make use of tablet computers, and nowadays it's a 4G, even 5G thing is there. So all these computers, laptops are replaced by our smartphones. Nowadays we can edit all the documents, all the softwares are there on the smartphones, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a mobile technology, which makes our life easy. Okay. So there is a common application of network portable computers are restaurants. You can go through these things. Sales representative, how they are using, restaurants are using this thing. Pilots, instead of carrying large heavy flight manuals and flight plans, tablets holds the vital information needed. Nowadays everything you can get, they will provide all the information on. If you are going to somewhere by flight, in the aeroplane, there are tablets. Okay, all the information are there on those tablets. Whether you want to watch what we get air map, okay, you can see it. If you want to read some books, it's there on that tablet. If you want to watch a movie, you can watch on that tablet. So those big files, all these things replaced by this new technology, IT thing, isn't it?
Yes.
So, and the convenient access to emails also you can access with your cell phones. You don't need to have those posts things, everything which people post in the paper form. Now it's replaced by emails, and you can get those emails anywhere at any point of time. Okay. Now risk is also there. Reliance on system or program. These are the risks for using this cloud computing and all this mobile technology. Okay, you can gone through this thing. The failure to make necessary changes to the system or program to keep them up to date and in line with legal and business requirements. If suppose you are not online for a long time, so your softwares which are there in your mobile phone, they are not going to update. Okay, and if suppose new things comes, new format comes, document of new format comes, your friend sends them, then you will be unable to open because your software is not updated. Okay, so you can go through these things. Unauthorized changes to data in master file, just have a look, because these are not important things. Okay. Then the disaster planning is there. If suppose there is some natural disaster comes or any mishap happened, okay, there is a course of risk that the entire computer system is destroyed, fire, floods, terrorist incidents, etc., etc. Okay, so in these cases, what thing saves you, that if your system if your things are online, it's on the cloud,
Mhm.
okay, or you have a backup plan for those things, then all these data you will get again.
Mhm.
Okay, isn't it?
Okay.
If your data
Yeah.
is there with you as well as on cloud system, then you will get them back
Mhm.
in case of fire, flood, anything,
Mhm.
any mishap. So companies which rely on computing to carry on their business, airlines, Amazon.com, financial institutions, etc., should have a disaster recovery plan in place. So the recovery plan should cover minimization of physical risks, contingency planning, standby procedures, recovery procedures, personal management. These are all plans which must be there. Backup of data. They must do backup every day, so that if suppose in the morning if they come to the work and it will be corrupted, the data is corrupted, then they have at least its backup so that they can get those data again, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah.
Communication with staff, public relations, business continuity planning, hardware duplication. Okay, if suppose while doing some urgent necessary meeting or necessary project, if suppose people are doing that thing and some mishap happened, just like laptop is not working, then they must have another laptop to do the work, so they have a duplication of hardware with them. Okay, then there is a case study which I have put, you can go through. It's from BPP. Okay,
Okay.
in 2005 hurricane Katrina, what happened, why what they get, this disaster planning. It's an example of disaster planning. Okay.